Greenberg, be sure and download the app today. Just search for 97.7 ESPN and listen to my show every weekday right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Can you give me a little typeset?
Now, funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
You're tired.
Well, the lunchtime whistle and the morning's finally done. I'm jumping in my car, I'm gonna have a little fun. The Doghouse Network's on my radio dial. Big Dog's taking care of business for a while. If you're listening to another station I don't understand, 'cause nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
Give us a call, Steve.
He's a northern-bred, southern-fed, slick-talking guy. Listeners in his posse are the Junkyard Dogs. The SEC from Tennessee to calling them hogs. From Gainesville up to Lexington to the Titan Tiger Land, nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hump Day in the Doghouse. Now, okay, we are giving this another shot, okay? We are out here at Toyota Field to take in the Businessman Special between the Trash Pandas and the Tennessee Smokies. It is now the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Trash Pandas have just taken a lead 3-2. They just had a guy walked in. They still have the bases juiced with 2 outs right now in this game. There's been 3 home runs in the game so far in the first 4 innings of the game. Wind is blowing out significantly. If you hear it probably through our microphones. Do the best we can to kind of mitigate that sound. But it is about 68 degrees, but with the wind blowing, it feels like about 60 up here where we are set up to do the show from the inline electric rock porch. And we're hoping for nothing but a full show, okay? Complete with power throughout the show, complete with the scoreboard working and the PA and the music between periods or between innings. Nothing but a fully operational show, okay? So we're not going to say anything about anything other than that. So you'll hear the kids making noise. There's a great crowd here for a day game. Tremendous crowd here. A lot of kids in the stadium. It's a beautiful thing to see. And they've been getting baseballs from the outfielders, and they've had a couple of home runs to dead center field, which is really cool as well. Now, I just want to say, for those of you that are watching on WZZN TV, watching the feed of the show there or on Twitter or Facebook, I am bigger than Chad, but I am not that much bigger than Chad, okay? It's just I'm sitting closer to the camera than he is. So he's over here. That's Chad, okay? And I'm in front of the camera. So only because I'm in front of it's like a total eclipse of the Chad, all right? We'll get to him in a moment. All right, today we're going to take a look at the second round of the NBA playoffs. Last night, the Knicks and the Heat, Lakers and the Warriors. That late game was ridiculous. Just a bonkers game last night between the Lakers and the Warriors, won by the Lakers as Jordan Poole missing maybe an ill-advised shot late, a 31-footer, I guess, something like that late, and the Lakers get out of San Francisco with a 1-0 lead in that deal. The Knicks get the win over the Heat. Obviously, I'm squeezing for the Knicks. I don't really know where I'm at on this whole Lakers-Warriors thing because I just dislike both teams so much. I really dislike both of those teams. But LeBron and Steph, that does have a little bit of that Magic and Bird feel to it. All right? I liked the Magic's Lakers. I liked Magic's Lakers back then with Michael Cooper and James Worthy and A.C. Green and Byron Scott. Of course, Kareem as well. I was not a big Kareem guy. And those Celtics had Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and the Chief Robert Parrish. I didn't like those guys because I'm a Knicks guy. I didn't like them. Now, Bo Estes from NBA TV and NBA.com is coming up at the bottom of the hour with a primer on that. And speaking of Bo Morgan from 92.9 The Game in Atlanta is coming up in the second hour to give us the 411 on the Falcons draft. And I got to be honest with you, folks. Never in the 25-year history of the Thom Abraham Show have I had 2 Bos on the same show. I don't even know if I know anybody else named Bo. And the Smokies get out of that with no more damage. 3-2 as we go to the 5th inning. They're going to be mowing the grass before the show is over today. I mean, this game is moving fast. But in any event, Game started. First pitch was at 11:05. It is now 12:05, and we are entering the 5th inning of the game. So it is going to move along, I think, a little bit quickly. Today I got 2 Bows on the show. Like I say, I don't even know anyone else on the planet named Bo. But, I mean, I know they're out there. I just don't know any. All right, phone lines are open as usual, 256-576-4977. And if you're thinking about coming out and grabbing some lunch like we did from Champy's here at the ballpark, come on out, have some lunch. Come to the Inline Electric Rock Porch, and say hello, all right? We're approachable, kind of. We got Moulton's on security, all right? We got him over there on security. So, just get through him. And you say, hey, I'd like to shake the big dog's hand and Chad's hand if possible, and he will, he'll put you through the paces. You got to fill out a little questionnaire, things like that, and then he'll take care of that. By the way, right now they have the race going on between the astronauts, all right, the 3 astronauts, and I got to tell you, our own Captain Cool last year was one of those. He would be one of those guys running. I'm going to tell you a little story. Sally gets the win here. Ride, Sally, ride. I'm just going to say this about that as the wind just picks up again. It's rigged. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's rigged. They know ahead of time which one is going to win. It's rigged. Otherwise, Captain Cool would have won every time because he's an athlete. He would have won every single time. All right, phone lines open, 256-576-4977. You can also text the show, 7329-TA-SHOW. That's 732-982-7469. I should be able to see those. It's a little bit hard with the sun out here on the rock porch, but text me anytime throughout the 2 hours. We'll read and react to those on the air. My personal Twitter feed is at Thom Abraham Show. The station's feed is at 97.7 ESPN. You can watch the show there as well as on our Facebook page at 97.7 ESPN. The show is streaming live on WZZN TV, on Twitch and YouTube as well. And if you miss any of it, it's archived there, and it's archived on Facebook as well. So get the apps, both of them, the Zone and the Blitz app, and enjoy all of our amazing programming. All right? We talked about how much of a crapshoot the NFL is. I got some very interesting intel from you about the number of players who had their 5th-year options picked up in the NFL. So we're going to get to that note for you as well. Plus, Chris Fowler's new contract with ESPN to be the voice of college football. I want to get your thoughts on that, because when you think of the great voices, and if you start with, for most of our lifetimes, if you start with Keith Jackson, and then you think of, Brent Musburger, do you think of Chris Fowler in that same, mindset when you think of Keith Jackson and Brent Musburger? You know what I mean? And go back even before Keith Jackson. And I don't know if we think of that. Jack Whitaker on the games with Bud Wilkinson when I was a little kid. So anyway, we'll get into that. I'll give you the details of that one as the Smokies rip a single into right field. So this one here, by the way, last night the Smokies won 13-2. So they had their hitting shoes on. The Smokies are the affiliate for AA affiliate for the Chicago Cubs. So these are the baby Cubs that you're looking at with the Smokies. Of course, the Los Angeles Angels, the parent of the Trash Pandas. So we'll get into that as well. Plus, I've got a story I want to share with you as well about the number of quarterbacks that transfer in college football now, because it's a fascinating study of how many quarterbacks transfer in college football. We'll get into all of that. But right now, let me introduce the dude sitting next to me. He's not in the little glass room with the slanted ceiling. We've got the bandy man doing triple duty back there today. He's side by each. It's DJ Grizzy Grizz.
Who in the blue hell are you? What is your name? Detective. It doesn't matter what your name is.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together out of spit and polish.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
I think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Now, Tom. Hey, Tom.
He may be the smartest person that I've ever met.
Testosterone high today.
What's that?
Testosterone, whatever the it is. Testosterone?
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. It really doesn't matter what you think. All right? It really doesn't matter what you say.
Grizz,
don't die on me.
Are you not the? I'm shooting video as I talk to you. I'm so multitasking.
I was doing that too as well.
It's really kind of good stuff. We need to get this up on the on the Facebook and on the Twitter. Are you not the producer of this radio show?
I wouldn't think.
Are you not the producer of the Thom Abraham show?
I think I am, and I appreciate you letting me be here because usually I'm behind the glass. And
you are usually behind the glass.
Change of scenery,
but sure. As the producer of the Thom Abraham show, don't you think that it would have behooved you to tell me that I was going to be freezing my butt off up here on the right field? Whoa, that thing's out of here. Is that hook and foul? Okay, that hook foul. We're up here high atop the right field wall for today's broadcast. And it's beautiful sunshine, cobalt blue skies. There's not a cloud in the sky. The Huntsville Hills look so beautiful with no humidity and anything else that you could see off in the distance. But, my friend, it's cold, and it's blowing. The wind chill's got to be like 60.
Yeah, other than the fiasco we had a couple of weeks ago, it was totally different a couple of weeks ago. It was definitely a lot hotter, but there was no wind. You know what I mean?
It was warmer.
And it was a lot warmer, but now it's actually, to be honest with you, it's not that bad. I did think about bringing you, like a blanket or something.
I need something.
I forgot.
When you get older, you get cold easier.
Well, maybe you can go over to the junkyard, shop, and you can go, can get some, trash pan, a sweatshirt or something. I mean, we only got I would think we would only have, less than a month left of any of this cold weather at all?
Oh, way less than a month. It's May, for God's sakes. It's 67 degrees right now, but the wind is blowing at 30 miles an hour, okay? Yeah. So, and it's blowing out, and it's blowing some of these balls out as well here. We've had 3 home runs early in this game, a couple of them to dead center, not to dead center field, but to right center field. So the kids are getting plenty of balls, and who knows? The Smokies scored 13 runs last night in a 13-2 win, so this could turn into a slugfest.
Yeah, speaking of ball, last night you got, obviously on the Smokies roster, you got former first base prospect Bryce Ball, who the Atlanta Braves ended up trading for Jock Peterson during the year that they won the World Series. Yeah, last night he got I believe he had an RBI double last night to start off the game. But yeah, you got a former Brave Brave prospect, I would think, playing for the Smokies as well.
Yeah, and I'll say this again, the same as last time. How often, you come to a decent number of games, how often do the Trash Pandas wear this uniform? Because this is my preferred uniform.
I think they knew you were coming again, and they just set it up.
Because they don't wear this very often, do they?
I think they asked the captains, and they said, hey, we're going to wear the attire that Thom Abraham picked and chose and is a big fan of.
Well, I was one of the guys that was on a very select group that looked at all 30 uniform combinations and had the opportunity to have input, not only in the name. I say input in the name. The name was decided. You know what I mean? They had already told me what the name was decided.
I said Thunder Sharks. So.
I wanted Thunder Sharks. The name was decided. I'm like, all right. Because we thought we were going to have a lazy pool in center field with the Margaritaville. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But the fact of the matter is now the bases are loaded with Smokies. So the fact of the matter is this should be like Smokey Mike's team, the Smokies. Plus, they're from Knoxville.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah,
which he's fond of, and for some people, Smokies might take on a different kind of connotation. I'm not sure, but I was on the committee and that reviewed all of the uniform combinations and the different logos and so on. I preferred the trash can logo, which is their primary logo. Yeah. You have that on your hat here for those that are watching WZZN TV. That was the one I preferred, and I did, and I was okay with the RT one. Here's a ball that's in foul territory down the right field line, and it will carry over into the kids section where all the kids are on the berm. And I liked the RC one as well. I don't like the one with the tail, the head and the tail. The one that looks like an inchworm.
I bought one like that.
I think that logo is nasty.
I bought a fitted cap like that, and it's the light blue, like their angel blue uniforms that they came out with. And it has that on there. I just don't like the type of hat that I bought, but I'm a big 47 guy, so anytime I can get a 47 hat with a nice adjustable clasp on the back, I'll buy that any day. With the
so this Huntsville shirt that you have on right now with the Milwaukee Brewer thing on it, is this an old Stars shirt that is held up that well?
Yes.
Is this the one that was hanging in the studio?
Yes.
Did you steal this off the wall?
No, it's mine.
Oh, it was yours.
It's mine.
So you had hung it in the studio.
You just put it in the background.
Is there got a number on it?
Nick Shaw, number 8.
Nick Shaw, and it's signed
by Nick Shaw.
By Nick Shaw.
Did not do anything. He was a Shucker when they were becoming the Shuckers.
If I get a chance later on, I'll talk a little bit. I'm halfway through Dale Tavoya's book, one summer in Rocket, or 1 year in Rocket City. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
As somebody who wasn't here, I got here 20 years after the Stars were debuted in 1985. The book is fascinating. It has totally changed my outlook about the Huntsville Stars, because when I got here, they just said pass ball and the kid's going to score. He does. So it's tied at 3. When I got here in 2004, the Huntsville Stars were a grease fire, and Joe Davis Stadium was a dump.
Yeah.
All right, and it was 1,700 people going to a game. I mean, it was sad. It was really sad, and they averaged about 1,400 a game their last few games or last few years, and it was sad. I had no idea. I had heard about year one, but I had no idea how great it was early on and how long it lasted. Whereas 15 years into the Huntsville Stars, like 99, 2000, they were still getting 4,000 a game there. And thank you, Miles Prentice, for totally screwing up baseball in Huntsville and letting the stadium go to crap. I remember the first time I went to the stadium, I'm like, how about a coat of paint? You know what I mean? How about a coat of paint on this thing? I mean, just clean this thing up a little bit. And then here's a hit to left field that's going to score a couple. And now it's going to be 5-3 Smokies. So maybe this game's going to slow down a little bit here in the 5th.
But I totally agree with you when it comes to how that stadium changed over time. I moved to Atlanta for 2 years, and when I came back, the stadium was completely different than how I remember it as a kid. I mean, it wasn't the same feel. Like you said, the fans weren't there. The only time that people didn't showed up was when Alabama baseball was coming into town.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I remember over 3,000 people would show up every time for that game. So, it was
but that's nothing, 3,000.
Yeah, right.
They were averaging.
For that,
They were averaging 4,700. Now, of course, here at Toyota Field, the Trash Pandas led all of AA 2 years ago and last year, 5,400. They actually, there was 5,100 a couple of years ago. Last year it went up to 5,400, and good crowd here today. All right, I'll tell you what, let's get our first break in here. When we come back, we'll hit the phone lines. Philip is up. If you want to jump in behind Philip, you can do that next. It's the Thom Abraham Show, off and running from the right field fence, literally on top of the right field fence here at Toyota Field on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger? Make your appointment at Advanced Life Clinic, one of the region's foremost destinations for patients interested in looking and feeling their best. Specializing in advanced laser treatments and weight loss, male and female rejuvenation to offset the effects of aging, and more. See how Advanced Life Clinic can help you enjoy your life again. Call 256-882-6555 or log on advancedlifeclinic.com.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
I'm Olympic gold medalist Rowdy Gaines, and I'm recommending you register for the 40th Annual Alabama State Games, happening June 9th through June 11th in Birmingham. Athletes of all ages and abilities will participate in any of the 25 team or individual sports. Registered athletes have the opportunity to win up to $4,000 in academic scholarships to add to the over $335,000 already awarded. Registered at alagames.com. That's ALAGAMES.com.
Since 1998, Scooter's Coffee has delivered high-quality drinks with quick service and a big smile. And the folks at Scooter's Coffee know a great cup of coffee or other drink can bring a smile to just about anyone. Yes, we specialize in great coffee, but Scooter's also has smoothies, teas, and delicious food items too. And this week, Scooter's is our zone deal. Right now, get $50 worth of Scooter's in Huntsville for just $25 online at 977ESPN.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Temperatures only climbing into the low and mid-60s. We're going to maintain the opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms through a good majority of the afternoon, even as we head into the evening. This pattern is going to continue across the Tennessee Valley as we head into your Thursday. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky, scattered showers and thunderstorms, though it is going to be a little bit warmer. Temperatures climbing into the upper 60s and lower 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Online at 977ESPN.com.
Stream them online.
Call in.
It's an important job, and it's an vital organization.
Tweet in and join in. We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Now welcome back, Thom Abraham Show, high above the right field wall at Toyota Field, right in front of Aaron Whitefield. He was up with the Angels last year. I remember watching him play with the Angels last year. He's Australian. He's Australian. If we say to him, mate, you think he'll no? If we say, hey, mate, if he makes a good play, we'll have to say mate. We have to call him mate if he makes a good play. We'll give him one of that. But yeah, he was up. I remember him going. He was up there with the Angels last season. This guy's he's going to be a Major League Baseball player. This is a guy that's going to play in the majors, and we'll see what he can do. And he's wearing the deuce. He's wearing 2. I'm always partial to anybody who wears number 2. All right, let's go to the line. Speaking of number 2, we start with the Philip. Philip, welcome to the show. How are you?
The hell was that, number 2? What was that? All right, look, 3 rapid yes or no answers, and then we can pontificate. Do you or do you not have a windbreaker, a coat, or a blanket with you?
I don't. I thought it says 73 degrees today.
I said yes or no. Yes or no question.
No, I have no windbreaker, coat, or nothing.
Do you or do you not have windbreakers on your microphone?
Yes, actually we do, but that's how hard it's blowing. We do have windbreakers on the microphones. Believe it or not.
Apparently there's no kind of windbreaker, there's nothing blocking the wind.
No. Well, we got Moulton over here, but he's not blocking enough of the wind. I could take the station banner and wrap that around me. Maybe that'll keep me warm. Yeah, that might work. But see, the wind died down now.
Or do you not have a generator?
We did not get the Gentech generator, but we are not.
Strike 1. Strike 2.
Put it on like a cape.
Strike 3.
Put it on like a cape.
Is out, baby.
Why didn't you bring the generator, Dad? My bad. No, we're not going to have a power outage. We're not talking about that. We're not going to. No. Well, we'd have to go get a generator.
Yeah, we'd have to get one first.
What's that kind of Generac? A Generac. I had 15 people sending me links to Generac generators after that. Oh, you can get it. It's only $800. I can go tell Wes, hey, Wes, I need an $800 generator just in case on the odd chance that I'm doing a game at a baseball stadium and the entire power goes out for the whole town. I need an $800 Generac that Moulton can carry around in his car.
You're a professional, man.
Yes,
You're a professional. You deserve that.
Yeah,
you deserve that.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're right. You're
so
right.
while you're at a so what level A is this team at?
Double A. This is a double A.
Triple?
No, they're double A, but the Angels have a tendency to send all of their top prospects to here instead of their AAA team. They keep them all together here, and there's a number of kids that have played here in the last 2 years that are now into majors. Reed Detmers, who pitched a no-hitter for the Angels, he was playing here a year and a half ago. So the kid is playing right field today for the Trash Pandas. He was playing with the Angels last year. So there's a lot of big leaguers here. Yeah.
Cool. That's nice. So the other day, and I don't know what happened. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm flipping through, local TV channels.
Yeah.
And there's my Norfolk Tides playing the Nashville Sound.
Yeah.
In Nashville.
Yep.
Now, when I went to Nashville, I didn't go to a lot of games, but I went to a few of them because the stadium was so horrible. Like, I was sitting on wooden things.
Yeah. Greer Stadium. Remember that Greer Stadium?
Have a new stadium?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They built not only it's down by Rosa Parks. Remember where Rosa Parks is? It's down by there. They renovated that area. They built the stadium, and get this, they built the stadium with expansion of the stadium in mind because there is a big push. Major League Baseball is going to add 2 more teams sometime in the next 3 or 4 years, I believe, and get to 32. And there's a big push in Nashville for Nashville to be an expansion team or to get the Tampa Bay Rays and become a major league city. And I think you're going to see Major League Baseball in the not-too-distant future in Nashville, which would be so cool.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that explains it. Because I remember I was
beautiful stadium. Yeah.
Sitting on wooden bleachers.
Greer Stadium, and it's funny because Greer Stadium was built in 1978 for the Nashville Sounds AA team, and it was a dump. Then in 1978 it was a nice stadium. So then what happens is the Nashville Sounds AA team moves to Huntsville to become the Huntsville Stars, and the Nashville Sounds become a AAA team. And so there's a lot of connections between the Huntsville professional baseball and Nashville professional baseball. And they're only 90 miles apart,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's solid
Are the Tides
information by you.
Are the Tides still the Mets affiliate?
No.
Is that why you became
Baltimore Orioles?
Is that how you but see, now there's another tech, because I grew up in Rochester, New York, where the Baltimore Orioles and the Rochester Red Wings went together, and they were together for 40 years. The Rochester Red Wings were the minor league team of the Baltimore Orioles. Is that why you are a Mets fan, is because the Tides were a Mets affiliate in your youth?
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
There you go. I wondered about that.
I don't know if I've told you this story or not. I remember distinctly a day in school in the middle of the day, and Principal Fry came to my classroom and politely knocked on the door and opened the door and said, "Philip," and looked at me with his finger up, pointing back at him. And I'm like, "Oh crap, what is going on?" And we're walking down the hall, and he says, "Your dad is here." And I'm like, "Oh crap, what's going on? What have they found out that I've done?" Was the Tide just got this kid named Strawberry, and my dad was fascinated with the name, and so we went to a day baseball game and watched Darryl Strawberry.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I saw Bobby Gritch and Don Baylor and all those, Al Bumbry, and the Red Wings and the Tides had great rivalry. I mean, the Red Wings and the Tides used to play a lot back in the day, and there was a lot of Mets fans in Columbus was the Yankees affiliate, and Norfolk was the Mets affiliate, and Rochester was the Orioles. So whenever those teams played, there were tons of fans of both teams there. So that's a pretty cool story. Good stuff.
Yeah. Solid. Solid. Right. Love minor league baseball. It's
This park is beautiful.
It's unbeatable. For sports entertainment, tell me something that's better.
Yeah, $10 to get in here, and this place is beautiful. We got to get you down here. You got to come down here for a weekend sometime in Hunts Vegas and get you here. And it would be really cool to have you come to a game here. It's pretty cool.
That would be awesome, Sauce. Hey, how about I don't know how much time you got. Probably not very much. What about the kid? And I remember this and I hate him. I hate the freaking Philly. I freaking hate him.
Yeah.
But I remember a catcher coming up to the majors who had been in the minors his entire life, basically, and actually rooting for him. But just the other day, apparently, and I don't remember the franchises right now, but there was a kid. He's like, I don't know, what is he, 31 or 33 years old now? He's been in the
Drew
minors.
Maggie?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his name?
Drew Maggie.
That is so
Drew Maggie.
freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
That's just solid.
You know, there's a Florida Panther hockey player that's played his entire career. He's played like 500 games in the AHL, and he got called up like the last 3 games of the season, and he's actually scored a goal in the playoffs. He's like 32-year-old AHL veteran of the minor leagues, and now he's playing in the playoffs in the NHL. I love those kind of stories.
That's awesome, Sauce. That's just, I don't know. That's sports. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
All right, Philip. Good job by you. All right.
See you,
Appreciate you.
Hey,
I'm listening.
Hey. How about the Mets and Cowboys?
How about the Mets and Cowboys?
If they can play a game, the Mets keep getting rained out. That's the third game they've gotten rained out was against Detroit a couple days ago.
Triple header. All right, let me get Wolverine Dan in here quick. I know we got to get to Drew, but let me get Wolverine Dan in here quick. Which is something that never does happen. But we'll get. Oh, the kid just got hit in the foot with the ball. Wolverine Dan, welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, yeah, it'll happen because the previous caller, diarrhea of the mouth, so I don't got much time.
That's hard.
To tell you really quickly, first off, Tom, move out of the shade. Why don't you go in where the sun is, Tom? It's very simple.
I'm in the sun.
Cold. Come on, Tom.
I'm on the rock porch. I am in the direct sunlight. I'm not on the sports med deck or something up there. I am in the direct sunlight getting pounded with sun. So it's not because I'm in the shade. It's because the wind is blowing 30 miles an hour.
Sorry, Aaron.
Although it's getting better now. It's starting to feel better now. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's probably enough of my phone call because, like I said, toilet bowl over there. It took a little bit too long. See you later.
That's it. Oh, you had more time than that, Wolverine Dan.
He's probably still on hold. He probably could just pull the slide right back up.
He could have come.
I'm surprised. He's mad. He's mad today.
He's pissed off.
Normally he's listening to it on his phone from on being on hold.
He could have just come down to the ballpark and hang out with it.
Yeah.
All right. It's the top of the 6th inning, by the way, here. And it's still 6-3 now, Smokies. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, Bo Estes from NBA TV and NBA.com. He joins us next right here on the Thom Abraham Show. Oh, that might be out of here. 97.7 holding up. On a warning track, he makes the catch. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Check out VSiN's catalog of original podcasts, daily and weekly programming to keep you in the know when you're on the go. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NBA playoffs tonight, Sixers and Celtics in Boston, Game 2. Boston's a 10-point favorite at home. The Sixers at plus 400 on the money line. The over-under's 217. Last night, the Knicks evened up their series with the Heat, 111-105. The final, New York was favored by 10 at the Garden. The over was 216. The Lakers up 1-0 on Golden State after last night's 117-112 win. Golden State was a 4.5-point favorite at home. The Lakers paid plus 155. The over, 229. The Celtics remain the favorite to win the NBA title at plus 200, the Nuggets plus 425, the Sixers plus 550.
Come see your Rocket City Trash Pandas take on the Tennessee Smokies Thursday for Star Wars Night at Toyota Field. Come dressed as your favorite Star Wars character and be one of the first 1,500 fans through the gates to receive a free Panda Wars commemorative cup. Get your tickets now at TrashPandasBaseball.com.
Let's rock it.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have the state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So if you happen to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
I'm Olympic gold medalist Rowdy Gaines, and I'm recommending you register for the 40th Annual Alabama State Games, happening June 9th through June 11th in Birmingham. Athletes of all ages and abilities will participate in any of the 25 team or individual sports. Registered athletes have the opportunity to win up to $4,000 in academic scholarships to add to the over $335,000 already awarded. Registered at alagames.com. That's ALAGAMES.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. You'll hear people say we're like a family, but here at the Lackey Law Firm, that's really true, not just a saying.
I'm Justin Lackey. With my father and my sister, we have a special connection to each other.
I'm Jennifer Lackey. At the Lackey Law Firm, when we take on your case, you become part of our family. You really do.
And we'll always do whatever it takes to get everything you deserve.
If you're injured, you worry about getting well, not about paperwork or insurance companies or figuring out how to get to your lawyer's office. I'll come to you.
We worry about your case so you don't have to.
When you've been injured, we know that your case is probably the biggest thing going on in your life. More important than almost anything else.
And it's important to us too, for one simple reason. Family takes care of each other, and at the Lackey Law Firm, we'll take care of you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
We love our pets, and when we need boarding or vet services, we want the best. That's why we chose Paradise Pet Resort and Spa. Everything our pets needed, all in one place. Boarding for both dogs and cats. Doggy daycare, grooming and spa services, web cameras, and top-notch vet care, too. It's a true Paradise Pet Resort for your furry friends, serving all of North Alabama. Find out everything you need to know and book services online at ParadisePetResortAndSpa.com. Located in Madison, just off 565 at Walt Triana, behind Cracker Barrel.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Temperatures only climbing into the low and mid-60s. We're going to maintain the opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms through a good majority of the afternoon, even as we head into the evening. This pattern is going to continue across the Tennessee Valley as we head into your Thursday. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky, scattered showers and thunderstorms, though it is going to be a little bit warmer. Temperatures climbing into the upper 60s and lower 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Streetlights along the highway, throwing shadows in the dark.
And welcome back, Thom Abraham Show.
And the memories keep on turning.
Glad that you are with us today as we broadcast from high above the right field fence here at Toyota Field. Smokies leading the Trash Pandas by a score of 6-3 as we go now to the bottom of the sixth inning here. And look, a moment ago, and we got a great crowd here today. It's Education Day. It's a businessman special, and it really is a beautiful day. It's about 68 degrees. The wind is blowing at times pretty good, gusting straight out. There's already been 3 home runs in this game. But about a few minutes ago, all the kids along the first baseline got up, and they were facing us.
They were.
And they were cheering and jumping up and down, and they were playing, drum, and they were waving their arms and cheering. And I thought they were cheering for me.
They were.
I thought they were.
Really,
I thought they were looking, hey, look, it's a big dog up on the right field fence. And they're waving, and I'm waving. And I realized that the scoreboard is right behind us.
Yes.
And they were playing jump around, right, from, who is it?
House of Pain.
House of Pain, jump around. And the kids were watching themselves on the big board. They didn't even know I was here, apparently. I don't know. But I could swear that they were cheering for me.
They were just trying to get on the screen.
I think they were.
So was I. I was jumping.
We talked about them. And
they didn't,
yes.
they didn't do it.
Exactly. All right, Bo Estes does a tremendous job. NBA TV, NBA.com. It was a bonkers night last night in the NBA playoffs as the second round is underway. And he joins us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Bo, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm not doing as well as you, apparently. Were you about to book live remote the Trash Pandas game every day? Is that where you work from?
No, apparently what the deal is they are great sponsors of my show, and they have 3-day games this season, and they said, hey, come out and broadcast from the Inline Electric Rock Porch high atop the right field fence at this beautiful new stadium. And so we come out here and we hang out and we do the show. We got it on WZZN TV so people can see us here as well, and it's so that's the way we roll. So it's good. It's
Look,
good.
if I feel like
it's a good life.
If I feel like I'm getting a standing ovation, I'm going to be wherever that is. That's all I've got to say.
I thought they were waving at me. The kids were jumping around and looking right at me, but I thought somebody told them that, hey, the big dog, because I'm real big in the 5 to 9-year-old demographic. So
yeah, you own that one.
I killed it 5 to 9-year-olds, but I realized the big scoreboard's right behind me, and they were looking at that. So, here's a home run ball coming right at us. Oh, it's off the wall right in front of us.
Oh, don't bounce off me in the face.
Forward. It's a double. Oh, he's going for 3. Is he going to make it? He made it. A triple right off the wall right in front of us. Oh, my God.
It was Calabrese.
Bo, we almost got hit with a ball, man. I mean,
that was Calabrese, too, your favorite player.
Was it for the good guys or not? Was it good guys?
It was for the good guys. It was for the good guys, yeah. And he's Italian, besides, Calabrese. So he's the only Italian on the good guys.
You're never leaving. You're never leaving.
He's my new favorite player of all times. But anyway, I'll tell you what, just a bonkers night last night. I mean, that Knicks, let's start with we'll go in order of the games. Knicks and the Heat. The Knicks get Randall back. The Heat don't have Jimmy Buckets, and the Knicks struggle to win the game. As a Knicks fan, I'm like, all right, tied this thing up at 1-1, but I'm not feeling real great about the fact that it was so hard to beat that team without Jimmy and without their other studs that they've got out of their lineup. This Heat team is crazy good, man.
Yeah, it was weird. It's hard to bottom line that one if you're a Knicks fan and say, well, we won the series, even everything's good. I will say that this has happened in the playoffs several times already when a team is missing their star and the other team can't wait. Just look at the other Eastern Conference semifinal series. The MVP, Joel Embiid, out Game 1, and somehow the rest of the Sixers win a game. In Game 2, I believe it was, in Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo, probably the best player in the league. He's out, and somehow the rest of the Milwaukee Bucks win a game. So it happens. People can band together for one game, but it doesn't give you a big shot of confidence if you're the Knicks, especially, Jalen Brunson was not particularly good in Game 1. He was not good in the first half of this game. Then he really turned it on in the second half and, sort of helped lead them to victory, which is absolutely critical. They had to have that game. And getting Julius Randle back, and in the way he came back with a real strong double-double effort. I remember the last time I was on your show, Tom, I said, you can kind of expect what you're going to get from those two most nights. Those two are pretty solid players. I thought it would be important for R.J. Barrett to contribute, or some other guy. And R.J. Barrett had a pretty nice game, at least offensively, in that one. So I think it's, the Knicks can keep up with this team punch for punch unless Jimmy Butler goes wild the rest of the series, and then it gets really tough.
But why isn't R.J. Barrett great? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm so disappointed because I really liked that. Remember when they got him? I remember we talked about it, and I thought that was the right pick. And I'm like, you know what? He may be the guy, and he plays more than Zion Williamson does. But I'm disappointed that he's not better. I love Brunson and the Rose kid. I mean, the Rose kid is all over the place. I mean, if R.J. Barrett played like that, it'd be, maybe it would be a different thing. But I thought R.J. Barrett would be better than this by now.
Yeah, no, remember, he was the number one player in his class in high school when he came out. Zion Williamson was in that class.
Yeah.
Everybody thought R.J. Barrett was going to be everything in the world. There's some things that you can't measure, and one of them is intensity, one of them confidence, and how that sort of goes throughout your career, and he is not a number one option in the NBA right now. He's certainly not. Things can change. Remember Andrew Wiggins' career, and, he's still not a number one option. But he was decent. He had averaged 20 points a game, but he wasn't overwhelming anyone. And then he goes out to Golden State and was the second-best player on their championship run last year. So things can change, and especially as a player matures, he came into this league really young. So there's a chance with him, but it's not what you thought he would be, at least early on in his career. He's been a bit underwhelming.
Bo Estes with us here talking NBA. The first of two Bo's on the show today. 25 years on the radio. I think I only know two people named Bo in the entire planet, and they're both on a radio show today. Bo Morgan coming up later to talk Falcons, but you know Bo Morgan from back in your days in Atlanta.
Bo was my producer when I was co-hosting Drive Time Radio on Atlanta Sports Radio. Bo was fantastic. Bo taught me a valuable lesson. It was Final Four weekend in Atlanta, and we were talking football in the South. Yeah. And I'm an NBA guy, and I was doing NCAA at the time, and I said, why are we not talking March Madness? And he said, we talk football every day in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was like, okay, lesson learned, man. Lesson learned, buddy. And he said the numbers back it up.
Yeah, he's hosting mornings now on 92.9 The Game with Mike Johnson, former Alabama All-American Mike Johnson, Mike Johnson was my color analyst when I did play-by-play for the Birmingham Iron. So, it's a small world, this broadcasting world. You and Bo and me and Mike, and Bo and Mike are working together in Atlanta, and you're in California living large. So, there you go.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I will tell you this, the people you meet up on the way up, the people you meet on the way down, treat everybody well. And I think that's a good lesson, not just in broadcasting, too.
Yeah. Back to the Heat and the Knicks. It's a quintessential series between Miami and New York. I mean, we're partying like it's the 90s. But you look at the way, Miami, they're kind of flashy. They got Jimmy Butler. They got the good-looking Eric Spoelstra with his always tan and Pat Riley and all of that. And then you got the Knicks who just grind and beat the boards. Their coach looks like Shrek. For God's sakes, would somebody tell Tibbs to shave that beard off or something? I mean, holy mackerels. I mean, if he wasn't wearing a Knicks. And by the way, speaking of that, I'm just going to go old man, on top of the right field wall here.
When do you not?
I always. But come on, man. It was a few years ago the NBA made their players wear suits when they traveled on the road because they didn't want them to look like crumb bums out there. Now we got coaches wearing warm-ups like it's the Maui Invitational or something, and it looks terrible. I mean, Spoelstra and Thibodeau, all these guys, they need to look like Pat Riley. They got to put a suit on, for God's sakes. I hate this, Bo. I'll be honest with you. I'll die on that hill. That's a hill I'll die on. I hate the way these guys look.
And I bet you remember the way Tom Landry looked at the game, too.
Oh, that was kind of cool, too. Yeah, fedora. Yeah. Give me a Vince Lombardi fedora and an overcoat. That's what I want. I want a fedora and an overcoat. That'd be good.
I think the world's changed, Tom. I know you're old man in the right field bleachers, but I remember the way people used to dress up on airplanes. That's gone, too.
That's true.
All that stuff just changed. And, don't be surprised if there's a little bit of a sponsorship element to it and selling what those coaches are wearing on the sidelines as well. I think that's the reality.
Well, way before us, when you look at pictures from old baseball games, you see all the guys in the stands with hats, fedoras, and shirt and a tie on, and that's the way they went to a ball game, when they went to a game. Bo Estes with us here. All right, so then we get Lakers and Warriors, which is just going to be glorious, even though I really dislike both these teams. I don't know I don't know which team to pull for because I really dislike them both, and I can't watch a game if I'm not pulling for somebody. But it was you that said that this has a Magic versus Bird feel, and I liked Magic's Lakers. Oh, it's coming right at us! Oh my gosh, that thing is long gone. Holy man, is it a foul ball?
Foul ball.
Oh, that's a foul ball. Okay, that's a foul ball. That one hit about 20 feet from us. Oh my gosh, wind's blowing out to right. But Michael Cooper and James Worthy and Magic and Kareem. I liked those guys, and because I'm a Knicks fan, I did not like Bird and McHale and the Chief and all of those. So I guess I'm going to pull for the Lakers in this thing. But Jordan Poole taking that 31-foot shot late in that game, about 4 seconds left in that game, taking that three to tie it. He's pretty hot right now. Was that the right play? I know they had doubled up on Steph. And Poole's open, and he was hot. He shot better than Steph in the game. But at that moment, doesn't Steph need to have the ball?
Well, yeah, I think there's a couple of things involved in that. One, where it wasn't just that it was a three-pointer. It was like a three-pointer plus the foul line out there. Yeah. I mean, he was way, way, way beyond the three-point line, which the percentages naturally drop when you get that far out. He was wide open, so he took it. There was 10 seconds left on the clock. The Warriors could have worked it around a bit more, but I will tell you, the Lakers are going to be all over Steph. It would be tough for Steph. And you've seen Steph in late-game situations where it's tough for him to get off a shot because everybody in the world knows he's going to get it. The only other option is Klay Thompson, and that's a fantastic option. He could have taken a better shot. You're right, though. Jordan Poole had the best percentage of anybody out there. Steph, after the game, says the team has full confidence in Jordan Poole to take that shot. But Steph was upset in the moment. The way the Warriors came back, they were down 112-98 with less than 6 minutes to go. They go on a 14-0 run to tie it, and then the Lakers go on a 5-0 run to win it. That had to really be a gut punch for the Warriors because they thought they were going to just break the Lakers' hearts there.
These guys can't play like this though every other night, right? I mean, as old as the Lakers are, especially. I mean, they can't go like this every other night. The intensity and the pace in that game was ridiculous.
Look, I'll just be honest with you. LeBron was not great last night. He was 9 of 24 from the field, 1 of 8 on threes. Anthony Davis carried that team. And there's two things in saying that. One, LeBron is, really old for a basketball player, 38 years old. Anthony Davis is injury prone. So you every night you throw Anthony Davis out there, you're worried if you're the Lakers. You really want him to come back in one piece. Injuries have been so much a story in these playoffs. But, on the other side, the Warriors have to feel the same way because they are on the wrong side of 32 in a lot of places. I just think, you're right. The intensity is nuts. I do see a Bird versus Magic element. In these two being the central focus of the league and the two rating stars. These are the two guys that rate the highest on TV. They're the two most identifiable stars in the league. They've carried the league for the last 10 years. Their rivalry is really something in the way that Magic's and Birds was. And if you didn't live to feel that Magic-Bird rivalry, I think this is the closest you'll get.
Well, I am fascinated now by this playoff. I'm just hoping that the Denver Nuggets, who have, maybe also the best player in the league or one of them, one of the top 2 or 3, I just hope they're not in the final because we've got what I'm always complaining to you. We need to have New York, Philadelphia. Look at that East. New York, Philadelphia, Boston, and then South Beach. I mean, you really can't get much more unless it was maybe the Bulls or the Pistons or something like that. This is as good as it gets. And in the West, if it's any of Phoenix, the Lakers, or Golden State come out, it is going to be a glorious final no matter who it is. The only one that takes some of the sting out of it would maybe be Denver, which is unfortunate because they might be the best team standing right now.
I was going to say, they may be the heavy favorites right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They have everything you need to win a championship in spades and probably the best player remaining. So it's going to be a real challenge. But I will tell you what, I've got friends that work in programming at the network. They're pretty pleased right now. They should be. Smile on their face.
They absolutely should be. All right, we'll talk again next week. Bo S., this has been our guys. Bo, I appreciate you. I promise I'll be in studio next week. I won't be on top of a wall in the outfield of a minor league baseball game.
Say hello to other Bo for me.
I will. I will mention that to Bo Morgan. Good job by you.
See you, buddy.
All right, let's get a quick break in here, then we'll come back and wrap up hour number 1 next. It's the Thom Abraham Show, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Guys, music can inspire us. Let the concert quality sound system at Zoom Indoor Cycling help push you harder than you ever thought possible. No matter if you're a beginner or an experienced rider, you'll ride top-of-the-line Stages SC3 bikes as the most talented instructors in North Alabama motivate you to reach your goals. You can do it! Zone Indoor Cycling is this week's Zone deal. Get a $100 certificate for just $50. Get yours now at 977ESPN.com. $2 specialty shoe rental per ride for new riders.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
I'm with Ross from Southern Gent Landscaping. Now, Ross, lawn care is a key part of the landscaping business, but Southern Gent does just more than lawn care, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Here at Southern Gent Landscaping, we offer a variety of services to best satisfy our customers' needs, some of which include your typical landscape maintenance, your landscape installation, final grading, hardscaping, irrigation, AstroTurf, pretty much everything outside.
And let the people know where they can reach you.
You can reach us at 256-509-6088, and you can see some of our completed projects at Southern Gent Landscaping on Instagram.
That is Southern Gent Landscaping. Professional landscaping performed with satisfaction guaranteed.
Since 1998, Scooter's Coffee has delivered high-quality drinks with quick service and a big smile. And the folks at Scooter's Coffee know a great cup of coffee or other drink can bring a smile to just about anyone. Yes, we specialize in great coffee, but Scooter's also has smoothies, teas, and delicious food items too. And this week, Scooter's is our zone deal. Right now, get $50 worth of Scooters in Huntsville for just $25 online at 977ESPN.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Temperatures only climbing into the low and mid-60s. We're going to maintain the opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms through a good majority of the afternoon, even as we head into the evening. This pattern is going to continue across the Tennessee Valley as we head into your Thursday. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky, scattered showers and thunderstorms, though it is going to be a little bit warmer. Temperatures climbing into the upper 60s and lower 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
segment of Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford. At Woody Anderson Ford, well, they can service your vehicle, whether it is a Ford or not. They can take care of you at Woody Anderson Ford. The service department is second to none. And when you go down there and you see it, I mean, it looks like a NASCAR garage down there, the way they take care of the service department. So it's Woody Anderson Ford for you. And don't forget the certified gold pre-owned vehicles as well at Woody Anderson Ford. All right, coming up, we're going to have an open line segment. All right, in the next segment of the show, I got some college football notes I want to get to. And then Bo Morgan will join us to talk about the Atlanta Falcons draft. This kid playing second base, number 1, is
Jeremiah Jackson.
Really good. You should see a pick that he had earlier in the game.
That's the guy that you were talking about earlier in the year, Jeremiah Jackson.
Really good. I like that kid. All right, it's a 7th inning stretch, so we're standing up here at Toyota Field, high atop the right field fence. It's the Thom Abraham Show. Back with more after this on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking NBA news, the 76ers ready to welcome back star center Joel Embiid for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals tonight against the Celtics, 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. The NBA MVP plans to return tonight, barring a setback with his sprained knee. Phillies up 1-0. A second former Packers receiver landing with the Jets. ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting Randall Cobb expected to agree to a 1-year deal and reunite with new Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Cobb played parts of 10 seasons with Rodgers in Green Bay. Former Packers receiver Alan Lazard signed with the Jets earlier this offseason. Soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo tops Forbes' highest-paid athletes list at $136 million. LeBron James, number 4 at $119 million. A pair of live golfers, Dustin Johnson, $107 million. Phil Mickelson, $106 million, came in at 6 and 7, respectively.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
This is Mike Greenberg. You're listening to 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, your home of ESPN Radio, the Alabama Crimson Tide, Atlanta Braves baseball, Huntsville Havoc hockey, and the UAH Chargers.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis's trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn. I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
And welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Thom Abraham Show. This segment of the show is brought to you by North Alabama Mortgage. North Alabama Mortgage has the right mortgage product for you, whether you are in Tennessee, Alabama, or Florida. North Alabama Mortgage can take care of you. And, you know, those rates have stabilized. Home values are still up. You can get a home valuation done by North Alabama Mortgage. Brian Hammaker and his team standing by to make sure that gets done for you. Get yourself pre-approved with North Alabama Mortgage. Thom Abraham, Chad Gwathney out here high above the right field wall at the inline electric rock porch here, taking in a little bit of daytime baseball at Toyota Field for the Trash Pandas, and a good crowd is here today for this game. It's Education Day. You hear the kids screaming in the background. A lot of folks made it out for a little lunch at the ballpark, and I'll tell you what, Chad, you don't have to have 3.5, 4 hours to watch a baseball game anymore. I mean, this game started at 11:05. We are now 2 hours past that, and we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. You know, I mean, it's the pace of play is amazing.
Pace of play is amazing. You can really see it, especially today. Whether it's AA, whether it's MLB, whatever. It's definitely, like you said, it's made a huge impact on the sport of baseball, and it's done it for the good.
Is the pitch clock? See, the pitch clock is 14 seconds here, so the pitch clock is a little quicker here than it is even in AA, as it is even in the majors. I wonder if they're going to even tighten it up a little bit more in the majors, because these guys are getting used to this 14-second clock, and they're running it right down to 2 or 3 before they fire that pitch.
Yeah, it seems like they've got it under control. It seems like they've been doing this for the last year at Toyota, and I've actually kind of seen the inner workings of behind the scenes of how they're doing it, and they're doing a great job communicating between them and the umpire. And that's one thing. It's like if you get rid of the home plate umpire, who are you going to chat with? Who are you going to get with the entire time to know the exact time of when to start the game and when to not start the game and everything like that? And
nobody's ever going to get rid of the home plate umpire. What they're going to do is not have him call balls and strikes.
Yeah, he'll just be standing there.
Well, he's got to call the bases. He's got to call the
home plate,
home plate and things like that. I mean, he'll still manage the game, and he'll make the call based on what the thing tells him. When they get to the robotic umpire, if you will, he'll just have a tone for a strike and a tone for a ball.
Hit a button, yeah.
But what if the thing fails? Then you got the guy there. Or what if it's like grossly? He's like, oh, that wasn't right. It was way off.
Are we gonna get to this thing where we have to we can challenge the call and
challenge the computer?
Challenge the computer with the real ump.
Yeah, maybe it would be something like that. All right, phone lines are open now. If you want to jump in, 256-576-4977. We'll get you into the show. Bandyman is back in studio. He's handling 3 shows today.
Yeah.
Not only did he do 4 shows today.
It's called Chad work.
He did the morning show. He did the blitz, the recruiting blitz. He's doing my show, and then he's got to do his own show with Captain Cool.
Yes. If Jackson wasn't, if they were actually doing the drive, I think they're doing the drive.
Oh, get out of here! Oh, it's not going to get out.
Right at the warning
track. Yeah, midway through in the warning track.
Yeah, it would be nice if he do it would be like a whole 5-finger, death match or something like that if he had put him into the drive for sure.
Yeah, we like to call it the Grizz Gauntlet.
I don't think you ever did 4. That would be a record, because now we got 2 stations. So before, we never had 4 shows to do. So I think Bandy's setting a record today.
Well, realistically, yeah, because then he could break the record again. Because if you tie in during the football season, I've done the scoreboard show.
No, I'm talking about regular
show.
Yeah, I'm talking about regular daytime shows.
Yeah. No,
I think he sets a record.
Yeah, he does.
I think we should give him a cookie.
Yeah, at least.
Man, we had Champy's Chicken. Is Champy's closed over there?
I think so. It's the
What's up with that? It's the 7th inning. You can't get Champy's anymore? That's surprising. Champy's Chicken we
everything
had
else looks still
lunch. Open. Yeah, it would seem like
All Stars
is
open.
Yeah.
The Gravity.
Surprising.
Gravity Bar.
Coming up, Bo Morgan is going to join us. We're going to talk about the draft for the Atlanta Falcons and their picks and how that's playing in Atlanta. But, we talked about how much of a crapshoot the NFL draft is. Well, how about this intel?
Ooh.
Oh, what do we got going on here?
He just ran into the wall and dropped the ball.
Oh, shoot, he's spitting out chiclets.
He's a little knocked out a little bit.
Oh, it's his glasses that fell.
Oh, he's all right.
Was that a shot? So I was looking at my notes. So that's a run scored 7-4 now. The Smokies leading the Trash Pan. Is he okay? Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, I think he's all right.
He's all right. Man, he hammered that wall.
One little kid said something to him. He didn't look like he was too happy about it.
It was a triple, I think, right? You think he hit a triple?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so good job there. So a little bingo-bango in the bottom of the 7th here with 2 outs. There's Jeremiah Jackson, the second baseman that I like. So we'll see what he can do to, get that one more run in. If you can get that one in, that would be good. I don't think they put the run on the board. Did they not score that run? I thought they scored a run just now, didn't they? Am I lying? It was a bases empty triple?
Yeah, bases empty triple.
Ah, nuts.
I was looking that way because after the hit.
So you need a knock now to get this in. That's what they need. Anyway, We talk about this. How about this? Only 12 players from the first round of the 2020 draft. Okay, the first round of the 2020 draft. Wow. Only 12 players had their fifth-year option picked up. Now everybody, good job, 22.
We got 2 and 22 and right.
All right, good job. All right. I wanted to call him Red, but I don't know if they like that. At least he got it.
He's huge,
right in front of us.
Dude, he's gigantic. Just call him Big Red. Big Red
He's
machine.
Big Red right there, boy. Only 12 players from the first round of the 2020 draft had their fifth-year option picked out.
Wow.
Picked up. 12 guys. First rounders. These are first rounders. And the first rounders, a first rounder is deemed, this is a guy, only the first round has that, where they get a 4-year rookie contract with a fifth year to pick up, and only 12 of them had that fifth-year option picked up where they were deemed good enough to have that option picked up. To me, that is surprising. That means that just over a third of the picks had it. And the list is kind of fascinating. When you look at the list of guys that got picked up or that didn't get picked up, of course, Joe Burrow was the number 1 pick overall.
Right.
They picked up his option, obviously.
Of course.
And it cost them $30 million.
If you didn't.
And they're trying to do a thing. Chase Young, the second pick in the draft, did not have his fifth-year option picked up.
I think he's trying to get out of there.
Well,
I think he's trying to get out of that situation.
I don't think it was his call that they didn't pick up.
But he also hasn't been healthy, so.
No, he was Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. And then since then, I think he played 12 games.
Yeah.
In his second and third year. He's always injured out of Ohio State.
Right.
They did not pick up his fifth-year option. Now that means he'll play this year for the Commanders unless they trade him.
Yeah.
He plays this year for him, and then they can either sign him or he's a free agent. Anybody can sign him.
Yeah.
They don't have any rights to him at that point in time. Jeff Okudah by the Lions was the third pick. His fifth-year option was eliminated because he was traded to the Falcons.
Right.
So, there is no fifth-year option there.
Which he has not been the greatest. He's going to be a great backup, but he's not
going to be if he doesn't start.
The great number 1.
Yeah, he'll start.
But I'm just saying, A.J. Terrell is the number 1 corner. That's what I mean.
Right, but you got to have 2.
But he'll be the other. Yeah,
really
he'll be the other
3.
Well, they got rid of Casey Hayward, so they weren't going to pick up his one more year. So
he'll start, and maybe he has a big year.
He just hasn't been worth the pick.
Fourth pick was Andrew Thomas, offensive lineman for the Giants. The Giants picked up his option. The fifth pick, of course, was Tua. Tua's option was picked up, $23 million he'll make this year. And if he stays healthy the whole year, now that quarterbacks cost $50 million, Tua could be a hell of a value.
Yeah.
He could be a great value at $23 million. The sixth pick was Justin Herbert. What do you think? You think they picked up his option?
I would hope so. Staley is a moron, but I would think that hopefully they did.
Why is his option, Tua's option is costing him $23 million for the Dolphins, and Herbert's option costs $29.5 million?
That's weird.
Weird. Herbert's the sixth pick.
Doesn't the money go down as obviously
you would think.
through the front? Yeah.
Derek Brown, the defensive tackle for the Panthers, he had his option picked up, $11.6 million.
That's a good pick.
Isaiah Simmons, draft pick by the Cardinals, not picked up. C.J. Henderson, not picked up. Jedrick Wills out of Alabama. The Browns just picked up his option, $14.8 million for a left tackle. That's not bad. So 6 options were picked up for the first 10 players, but only 2 other options picked up. And of course, Henry Ruggs, what a disaster that turned out to be.
I think he's just got.
What did he pleaded guilty to something?
Yeah, I think he's going to get 3 to 10 years.
Oh, that's really not bad compared to what it could have been. Tristan Wirfs has his option picked up by the Buccaneers, and the other one that had his option picked up was Jerry Jeudy from Alabama.
Yeah.
So the wide receiver out of Alabama at number 15. Nobody after that. A.J. Terrell from the Falcons, CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys. Lamb was picked up, I should say that.
CeeDee Lamb's
CeeDee Lamb was picked up. But none of the other guys in the first round. So the second half of the first round, not even having their option picked up. So that's what a crapshoot it is. 4 or 5 of these guys aren't even on aren't even on their teams anymore. They drafted them.
It just shows you how much that when you're trying to figure out what you're going to get in that first round, you're trying to find a gem. You're trying to find something that is immediately going to make impact on your roster. And a lot of times these guys, they just kind of don't pan out, and it stinks. But it's just like you call a GM boneheaded for picking him, 1 year, and he could be a stud, and then it could be like, you're an idiot, or he's a genius,
Young.
and then he's a
Chase Young was
2 years later.
They said that when Chase Young was picked second and Joe Burrow won, a lot of people thought that Chase Young was the best player in that draft. And Chase Young was the defensive rookie of the year, and Joe Burrow got hurt.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Now look at it.
Yeah.
What would the Commanders do for, if they had that guy, you know what I mean? It would be
Joe Burrow probably would have hurt his knee in the same place that, Theismann hurt his knee, hurt his leg, and
as long as Lawrence Taylor's not playing, it wouldn't have been too bad.
But it was always in the same spot because Carson Wentz got hurt in the same spot. Alex Smith got hurt in the same spot.
What do you mean in the same spot?
It was like the same spot of the field. No, it was like
the field?
Yeah, on that
it's a
cursed
field
in Washington.
Even though it's a different field, it's a cursed field because it was RFK where.
Well, yeah, it's just
where Theismann got hurt. Yeah.
Well, it's just I think it was
the 40-yard line or something.
Alex Smith and Carson Wentz both got
injured. What about the other guy? RG3?
RG3. Yeah, exactly. I think that might have been one of them too. It might have been RG3 and one of the other players.
Since we're at a baseball game, we've gone to the 8th inning here with the Smokies leading this one by a score of 7-3. They scored 13 against the Trash Pandas last night. So Trash Pandas are going to have 2 at-bats left to try and make something happen here in this game. But since I had his baseball note yesterday, and Ronald Acuna did not play yesterday, right?
He did.
Oh, he did? He ended up playing?
A double to lead it off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, so he's all right.
Yeah.
He had gotten hit in the
day
shoulder.
To day.
Yeah. Well, aren't we all?
We're all
aren't we all day to day? I mean, in the end. But he was hit in the shoulder.
Yeah.
And there was some talk about that, and the fact that it wasn't intentional. Even Sean Murphy, the catcher.
3 Marlins got hit in the first game.
Yeah.
So, Mets. I'm sorry.
Mets. I'm going to just say this about that. 0-2, nobody on base. You usually don't hit a guy. So Sean Murphy, and Sean Murphy, the catcher for the Braves, said, look, I don't think they're trying to hit him there. But I'll just say this. Acuna hit a home run earlier in the game. And he does that thing on his home run trot. First of all, it takes him forever to get around.
Yeah.
Then he gets to shortstop, and when he gets to shortstop, he does this little dance thing. I don't know what he does, like gathers his feet up, and then skips, and then does a cartwheel. I think he does a twirl, a little twirl or something like that, and then he goes by the third base, and then he comes in, and all these gyrations. That kid keeps doing that stuff. He's going to keep getting hit.
Yeah.
He gets hit as much as anybody this side of Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah.
And Anthony Rizzo gets hit because he's standing on the plate.
Yeah.
Acuna gets hit because he's just kind of a punk. I mean, I got to be honest with you. He's got it. Hey, here's one coming a little bit towards us. See, Whitfield went out first on that, and then he came back. He took 2 steps back and then came charging in to make that play here in right field.
Wind's tricky.
Yeah, we're right behind him in right field.
Well, there was another thing I saw. I think it was 2 or 3 games ago. Sam Hilliard made a catch in center field, and he looks like he called off Ronald Acuna, and Ronald Acuna looked at him like he was going to fight him, like he was like, he does his little antics like he was mad or whatever, but he wasn't. And it was just kind of the way that it looked a lot worse than just Sam Hilliard taking over that fly ball and saying, I got it, So, yeah, no, Ronald Acuna is like that.
And now he's wearing orange stuff. He was wearing the yellow stuff because of, colors of the Venezuela and everything else. And I would always rag on it about that. He's got the yellow shoes, the yellow thing, and then the arm
Someone
brace.
asked me about that over the weekend, actually.
It's so
Coach Harper, actually.
I mean, just knock that off. I mean, just stop that. But now he's wearing an orange brace.
Yeah.
At least there is a little bit of yellow. I got in an argument with a guy on Twitter about this. They're like, well, yellow's a color in their uniform. I'm like, get out of here. The yellow outline of the tomahawk, right? Which is really a darker mustard color.
They did the gold after they won the World Series.
But it isn't gold in it. It's highlighter yellow, that thing he was wearing. It's highlighter yellow to match his yellow wristbands and his yellow shoes so that he can have the yellow and the red and the blue or whatever, which are the colors of Venezuela.
Man, it just clashes.
But now, he's wearing an orange thing on his arm, and there is no orange. I guarantee you there's zero orange in the Braves uniform.
Last time I checked, I don't think there's any orange, and I think maybe he just. You think eventually because
somebody has to tell him there's no Freddie there.
Yeah,
somebody else has to beat him. I don't know who the guy is there.
That
Austin
veteran
Austin Riley maybe could be the guy. Olsen's kind of a new guy, but somebody goes up to that guy and says, you know what, Ronald, you're a great player.
Yeah.
Knock off the silly crap.
It's just kind of silly that they wear that kind of stuff, or they don't just wear it as the team color, or wear black or team color. It's like the same issue that I have with basketball, like you said, with the coaches. I'm sorry. It's like when the players come into the locker room and they wear whatever attire that some promoter made them wear. You know, like James Harden when he was wearing like this gigantic
do you remember
jean
when
jacket.
the NBA told them they had to wear a suit?
Yeah. It
was like a few years ago because they were wearing jeans, torn jeans and stuff. And now the NBA doesn't tell them that anymore because you can't tell them that, and then the coaches are wearing warm-up gear.
And when you said that, I was thinking it was the bubble situation where in the bubble nobody was wearing suits or anything like that.
They didn't, but
they were
coming
all wearing,
out,
yeah.
Now you're back in front of 15,000 people in your arena. They wear sneakers.
Here's another thing, too. Baseball players, especially hockey players wear suits when they come in the game. Basketball players wear the weirdest things ever. Baseball players, too, will wear some weird stuff that is promoted, too.
Don't even get me
sometimes
started. Hockey player looks sharp.
Yeah.
Hockey player looks like a banker coming to the game.
Yeah.
Hockey player has respect for their game. And hockey coach, can you imagine? Look at a hockey game.
Yeah.
Now, those guys are on the ice. You know how cold it is down there by the ice?
Yeah.
Every single hockey coach wears a full suit.
Yeah, full suit.
And the assistant coach and the other assistant coach.
Yeah.
Full suit. I mean, don't even get me started there. All right, we're going to break in here as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Coming up next, Bo Morgan will join us from 92.9 The Game over in Atlanta. Talk about the Braves, or talk about the Falcons draft picks. We'll do that now. I'm going to ask him about Acuna getting hit.
Yeah.
And whether he should knock that crap off. It's the Tom Abraham Show, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Tom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhsriserealestate.com.
Gunner's Landing is one of the Tennessee Valley's finest golf experiences. Just 35 minutes from downtown Huntsville, Gunner's Landing's 18-hole championship Jewel is open to the public 7 days a week. Located in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, Gunner's Landing offers you a golf experience like no other. With beautiful Lake Gunnersville views throughout the round, Gunner's Landing is golf the way nature intended. Gunner's Landing's club repair shop offers a full range of services, including re-gripping and adjusting the lofts and lies of your clubs, even putters. Since the work is done in-house, your clubs will be returned to you in a timely manner. Unmatched in the North Alabama area, it is Gunner's Landing. Schedule your tee time today at gunnerslanding.com. That's gunnerslanding.com.
Make this the summer you finally get your own backyard pool from Superior Pool Construction. Family owned and operated, our team can have you swimming and splashing in no time. And now is the time to choose your custom fiberglass pool. Superior Pool Construction has a few spots still open for quick installation this summer. 80 different pools to choose from and 12 in beautiful Diamond Tech colors. All come with a 50-year manufacturer's structural warranty. Call Superior Pool Construction now, 256-284-5953, 284-5953.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. You know, you'll hear people say we're like a family, but here at the Lackey Law Firm, that's really true, not just a saying.
I'm Justin Lackey. With my father and my sister, we have a special connection to each other.
I'm Jennifer Lackey. At the Lackey Law Firm, when we take on your case, you become part of our family. You really do.
And we'll always do whatever it takes to get everything you deserve.
If you're injured, you worry about getting well, not about paperwork or insurance companies or figuring out how to get to your lawyer's office. I'll come to you.
We worry about your case so you don't have to.
When you've been injured, we know that your case is probably the biggest thing going on in your life. More important than almost anything else.
And it's important to us too, for one simple reason. Family takes care of each other, and at the Lackey Law Firm, we'll take care of you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Temperatures only climbing into the low and mid-60s. We're going to maintain the opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms through a good majority of the afternoon, even as we head into the evening. This pattern is going to continue across the Tennessee Valley as we head into your Thursday. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky, scattered showers and thunderstorms, though it is going to be a little bit warmer. Temperatures climbing into the upper 60s and lower 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Segment of the show brought to you by the Orthopedic Center for all your injury needs, no matter how you got hurt. It is the Orthopedic Center. They can take care of you. If it is a shoulder injury, they got that guy. If it is elbow, they got that guy. No matter who it is, they got a guy for you. And they've been taking care of the Tennessee Valley for years and years. Alabama A&M, the Huntsville Havoc, and just about every school in the area is taken care of by the folks at the Orthopedic Center. We come to you live from high above the right field fence as we go now to the top of the ninth in this game here. And we are high above the right field fence here at Toyota Field. A beautiful, beautiful vantage point to be doing this businessman special game and hanging out here and doing the show during a baseball game. It doesn't get any better than that. Bo Morgan joins us now from 92.9 The Game over in Atlanta. Talk a little Falcons with him. I got a Braves question I want to get to him on as well. And he joins us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Bo, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good, Tom. How are you? Look, man, I've been able to do shows from a lot of different places, but never during a live baseball game. I've done an actual sports talk show, so that's pretty cool.
No, this is really cool, and especially at this brand new ballpark here in North Alabama at Toyota Field. They have this rock porch, the inline electric rock porch in right field, which is a bar, and it hangs over the right field fence. So it's kind of got like an old Detroit Tigers feel to it in right field where there's an overhang, and the wind is blowing out. We've had 3 home runs. If we get lucky with a left-handed hitter up, we might get a home run hit right at us while we're talking to you. That would be good radio.
I mean, you catch a home run ball. I mean, that's like a walk-off right there, and it's all right. That would be pretty amazing.
I may drop the mic and walk off right at that particular point in time. By the way, on the show earlier today, and this was just by happenstance, this happened. I know 2 people. Now, you're the second person on the planet named Bo. The first one is my NBA guy, Bo Estes, and he was on in the first hour of the show. And he told me that you and him used to work together back in the day in Atlanta.
We did. We still keep in touch. We message and quite often and tweet back and forth. Bo Estes is one of the best guys in the business. Great NBA guy. That's really funny that you had both of us. We spell the name the same as well.
Yeah.
Both are B-E-A-U. So.
Yeah, it's all Bo's today on the show. And I'll tell you how far back I go with Bo Estes. He used to be my NASCAR guy. Okay, that's how far back I can remember it. He used to do NASCAR on TNT. He used to host a studio show or something, and we used to do NASCAR. That's how long I've known Bo.
Well, it's funny because I've known him since about 2008 or 9, and he was doing the NASCAR show that he did for NASCAR online with one of the hosts that I used to produce for. So that's there's a lot of connections. This is like the Kevin Bacon thing right now.
Well, I'll give you another one. All right. Mike Johnson was my color commentator when I did the Birmingham Iron games. Mike and I worked together. And I'm like, and I had actually talked to Mike last week, and I was going to have him come on this week. And my producer, Chad Gwathney, had booked you. And so I got a note from him, and he says, I booked Bo Morgan for next week. And I laughed. I said, well, I was talking to Mike Johnson about having him come on because Mike and I worked together on games. And he's doing a morning show with you now. So it's a rather small, incestuous world that we live in this radio business.
It certainly is, because Mike is a guy that I have been a fan of for a long time, and finally got him over to 92.9, and now I'm getting to a radio, and that's crazy. So now me and Mike I got two people to talk with after I get off talking with you here. It's gonna be kind of funny.
Exactly right. Bo Morgan with us here. All right, before we get to the Falcons draft, we were just talking about something with Ronald Acuna. We're an Atlanta Braves affiliate over here in North Alabama, and I'm a big fan of the kid's game. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You have to be a fan of the way he plays the game. I'm not a fan of his home run trot. And I'm not a fan of the fact that he wears all of these weird colored stuff and these yellow shoes, and I know about the flag and all that other stuff, but now he's wearing this orange arm guard and everything else. Why did they let him get away with that? Where is somebody like Freddie Freeman to go over and talk to the kid and say, you know what, come correct, man. This is the Braves gear. Wear the Braves gear and stop dancing around the bases so you don't get hit every other at-bat.
Well, I think that was part of the problem with that Freddie and he had when Freddie was here. Is Freddie was I don't want to call Freddie an organizational guy, but he was kind of all business. He was kind of the last of the leftovers of the Bobby Cox type era, where you come in, you don't cover. Freddie said your sunglasses don't cover the A. You kind of handle your business a certain way. And that's kind of been phased out with the departures of Freddie and Dansby over the last 2 years. One of the things is you've got guys like Marcell Ozuna. Don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but he does a lot of the same stuff as far as the big arm guards and the sleeves that are bright colors. Look, I don't have a problem with Ronald doing some of the things he does. I think that's kind of where we're at in the game. I didn't grow up with that kind of stuff now, but I'm okay with it. I don't mind. I think baseball has to embrace a little bit of the flair of the personalities of the players, because they're desperately – look, Tom, we're seeing them desperately do things to this game to kind of get the love of the younger fan by trying to do the pitch clock, by speeding the game up, making the bases bigger, putting offense in more with taking the shifts away in certain and right, with where the guys are lined up on the bases. So I think while they're embracing that, they should embrace it a little bit. Now, does Ronald get a little – there are times where I'm not going to lie, I see some of the stuff he does, and I'm like, probably could have done without, like, the seventh part of the routine.
Yeah.
But I do have a major problem with the Don Mattingleys of the world and the Buck Showalters of the world deciding they need to come at my guy and hit him. I think it's getting to a point where it's becoming dangerous, where guys like Tyler McGill want to throw. Look, you can say it was an 0-2 count. He didn't. Third pitch of the game, a guy who's been locked in like Tyler McGill does not miss in the back of, right there in his back. I mean, he turns his shoulder into it. It could have hit him almost in the back or in the face. And I talked about this on my show with Mike, and we were talking about it. Look, there was nothing the Braves could have done on Monday afternoon to retaliate because of the nature of a second doubleheader. You're using a ton of bullpen. You can't throw a whole bullpen game there. But I think at some point this Braves team is going to have to say enough is enough for their guy getting hit. But I think Brian Snitker, to your point, is kind of he's done a good job with Ronald by tempering it to an extent, but also allowing him to be him, because I think you get the most out of a guy like Ronald Acuna when he's comfortable, where he is being him, and that's what we need for this team to win another World Series.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the intentionally hitting a guy either. That part of it. Now you got to understand where I'm coming from. I'm old school, and I'm a Yankees fan. So to me, you don't jerk with the uniform. You know what I mean? I'm with Freddie, and Chipper was the same way. I'm with those guys when this is one of the iconic uniforms in all of baseball. We wear our uniform the way our uniform looks. I wasn't even happy when the Yankees went to white shoes. They don't let them wear white shoes now. And I'm like, hey, what happened? The Yankees used to have the black shoes, and that's it. But, I just all the other stuff they did, I think is amazing. I love the pace of the game. I love the fact that, my Eastern time zone games are over by 8:30 Central Time every night. I can get a whole game in and still watch shows with my wife, and it's not in the middle of the night. I love the bigger base paths and the running game being back in there. And the best thing is eliminating the shift. I love bringing the athleticism back into the infielders, and I love the fact that, a ball hit between first and second is a hit, or a ball hit up the middle and not just a routine out. So that's some of the best stuff that they've done to the game. The game as it's played right now is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm not that much of a traditionalist that I don't like the clock. I love the clock, but I do want to see a little respect, respect for the uniform.
And I think you and I are pretty close to the same. I like a little flair. I don't like too much. I'm a lot more okay with the decision. I was very anti some of these things when I first heard about it, but now I'm kind of loving where the game is right now, and I think it's going to be good for it. I tell you what, though, we're going to have to get you some help if they ever allow the Yankees to go to full beards and goatees. It's just a bad day.
I was ticked off when they had that kid in Cleveland, a ball boy in Cleveland. Each home team, they supplied a bat boy and a ball boy or whatever, and they put the uniform on him. They had a ball boy in Cleveland, a bat boy in Cleveland that had shoulder length hair down in the middle of his back. He was a drummer in a band, and he's wearing a Yankee uniform, and he had his hair way down. Anthony Rizzo went over to the kid and said, tuck that hair up into your batting helmet. That's a Yankee uniform. You don't get to wear your hair like that. And it was spectacular. But, I look forward to coming over there in August, by the way. I'll be over there in August to see the Yanks and the Braves. Braves are my National League team. If there is such a thing as an American League and a National League anymore, I don't even think you might as well just do away with all of that altogether. When we get to 32 teams, let's just go like football. Just call it the American Conference, the National Conference, and 4-team divisions, and screw it. We don't even need to have an American League and a National League anymore.
Well, I mean, the way they're being built too, it's just these leagues are becoming, in some ways top heavy. I totally agree. Look, you come up in August. You hit Mike up, me up, and we'll get out. We'll get out, and we'll catch a few innings and a cold one maybe.
I got to find a place to do the show from. When we go over there, I'll be doing the show in the afternoon from 1 to 3 your time. So I got to find a place around the Battery, which shouldn't be too tough. But I got to find someplace around there to do my show, and then we're going to hang out and go to the game. Monday, we're going to the Monday game. Yeah.
There's a few places, even there's a few places. I know we do our shows from. It's a little bit down the street, but it's Dale Murphy's old place, Murph. He's got a restaurant. Go. We do it from in there. Great place. You catch some guys catch some fans before the game. Great atmosphere. Some of the best cheese curds in Atlanta.
Right. Good stuff. All right, Bo Morgan with us here. Bijan Robinson, I love the pick. They already had a guy. They do run the ball pretty well. Already had a 1,000-yard rusher last year. But this is a dynamic player. You put him with Drake London. You put him with Kyle Pitts. All of a sudden, Desmond Ridder, who I thought was the best quarterback in that draft a couple of years ago. I like the pick, but I understand that some people over there in Atlanta are not happy with the pick because it wasn't the exact position of need. What was your take? What's Mike's take? What are your fans' take on the Bijan Robinson pick?
Well, there's a lot of split results on this as far as how the people feel. I think there's a lot of ways to look at this, so I'll try not to be too long-winded on it. I wanted Nolan Smith, who clearly was valued later in the first round because he went, I think, like 29 or 30. I think you got one of the 3 best overall players in this draft. In no particular order, I thought overall, not quarterback or not certain position. I thought Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, and Bijan Robinson coming out of college were the 3 best players overall. You got one of those. He is more than a running back. This guy is a guy you can line up. I think Steve Sarkisian said was talking to Peter King, who we talked to last week before the draft, and said hey, this guy could line up at slot and literally be your slot receiver. And he's that talented. He's that good of a route runner. He's got a great catch radius. He's already really good in pass protection, so it's not like something that he's going to have. I mean, obviously there'll be adjustments, but it's something he did well in college and was comfortable doing. He's a yard after contact beast. I think he had something like over 1,000 yards after contact was a stat I was reading in college. I mean, this guy is a do it all. Not to mention, he is the first class human being coming out of the University of Texas. And so you look at everything you got a greatness. The problem with the 2023 draft and where we're at in nowadays is we have an information overload, Tom. We find out about 15 to 20 guys, depending on where you're picking, and we're told who we might want or who is the best guy for a certain position, and fans get stuck in the need, which is what this regime with Terry Fontenot heading it has said. We don't pick need. We pick best player available, and we will not reach for need. And we've seen them do that 3 years in a row with Pitt, with London, and now Bijan. I think Steve Weiss said it, though, the best. This team has stacked unicorns on offense in Kyle Pitts, Cordero Patterson, Bijan Robinson. These are guys that can do it all. It's not a knock on Tyler Algier. I think the one thing is Falcons fans and some of the media that covers him, as we've kind of lost touch in, is Tyler Algier did run for 1,000 yards last year, had a great rookie year. But Cordero Patterson wore down in year one as a Falcon, and he had limited touches down the stretch. Cordero Patterson got injured early in 2022, I think maybe 5 or 6 games in. That saw the emergence of Algier and Huntley. Oh, by the way, Tyler Huntley got a torn Achilles late in the season. He might not be back until late in the season, if at all, next year. So you did have a need for running back. A lot of people do value a running back at 8. I think it's a great pick if you have a plan. And with the additions of guys like Jonnu Smith and Mac Hollins, they clearly have a plan for this offense. The last thing I'll say is in 2021, you had Matt Ryan, you had a pass-happy offense under Arthur Smith. In 2022, you had Marcus Mariota and, to a lesser extent, late in the season, Desmond Ridder. And you had a very run-heavy offense. This offense will look different for a third time in 3 years, and I think we're going to see the best of both worlds.
By the way, they're going to the bottom of the 9th here at Toyota Field, and Trash Band is looking for a little rally to get over on the Smokies, so we'll see how that works out. We'll let you know if the game ends before the interview ends. All right, Clark Phillips, the kid out of Utah, the corner. I like that pick. They bring him in. They got Jeff Okudah coming in, who I think could still be very good, even though maybe he wasn't as good as they thought he would be, being a number 3 pick overall in the draft. A.J. Terrell is there. I like that pick. What do you think about the rest of the picks, and who are some of the guys that you like?
Well, I do love Clark Phillips. I'll go ahead and touch on him since you mentioned him. Look, he's a shorter in stature guy, a smaller corner. I think he's around 5'9", like 185 pounds. But he's a physical guy. He's not long speed fast, but he's very quick. He kind of looks like a guy that could come in immediately and have a chance to fight Mike Hughes for that nickel position. Very, very good instinctual player. Has some good technique. He is a little bit of a ball hawk. He's a smart guy. One of the better DBs in the Pac-12. You probably would have heard a lot more about him if that guy named Christian Gonzalez hadn't been out there. So I love that. Matthew Bergeron, the tackle, the second-round pick, they move up. A guy that Dallas had apparently slotted as one of their 2 guys at 26. He's going to slide inside the guard. As you probably know, right off the bat, I've talked to Mike Johnson a lot about this. Mike is really big on Bergeron's quick feet, and says that could be a way that he adapts quicker to that guard position, moving inside and competing for that left guard spot, which has been a hole for this offensive line for a couple of years now, and that he'll be a very, with those quick feet, it'll help him as a pulling guard and a lot of the things that Arthur Smith wants to do. I absolutely love that pick. Clark Phillips, we talked about. Zach Harrison, they went with a 3rd-round pick. He's a big, long guy, not quite Calais Campbell's size, but they're going to use him as a shadow this year for Calais Campbell. And obviously you know what I mean, but for the audience, I mean by shadow is he's going to be the guy following Campbell around, playing that position behind him, his backup in some ways, trying to learn how he does it. A lot of people think he can stand up as a rusher and coming off the edge or the defensive line and also have his hand in the dirt. He's obviously he's just some developmental things, which is why having a guy like Calais Campbell could be big for the young rookie who was I think a 5-star when he arrived on campus in Columbus, Ohio at Ohio State. So I like that pick. And then you've got some guys later with Helms out of University of Alabama. So your audience is probably somewhat familiar with him, and he's the guy who can probably step in immediately, Thom, and be a special teams kind of ace kind of guy, and obviously learn at that safety position. So all in all, and they got Gwynn out of South Carolina. He's a development guy. I think he was a guard. I think he'll probably be a center. He's a little bit undersized, maybe even at center. But look, one of the things that stuck out to me in this draft is they got what they felt was the best player available, and some of that had to do with a little bit of need, like with Harrison and with Bergeron. Honestly, I think Clark Phillips to an extent. But to that point, I have heard a lot of Falcons fans through my years, not only covering the team, but growing up here and being a fan. Well, we always pick guys from these small schools I've never heard of. Every player that they drafted came from a Power 5, and they didn't stay in one conference. They took 2 SEC players, a Pac-12 player, a Big 12 player, an ACC player, a Big 10 player. They bounced all around the Power 5 conferences, and I think they felt, to me, this is my words, but I think they felt like they could wait on a couple of these guys to develop because of what they've done in positions. And I mean that about Gwynn, and I mean that not so much about Clark Phillips, because I think he has a chance to start day one, but maybe Helms. So I really like what they did because they got some of the best players available and filled some needs, because whether you liked it or not, running back was a small need, maybe not at 8, but it was. And I think you got 2 of the top 50 players in the draft in Bergeron and Bijan Robinson, and so I think you have to be happy about that.
Yeah, we're the Alabama Crimson Tide affiliate for North Alabama, so we're very familiar with DeMarco Helms. And I always thought, Helms is a guy who had more talent than the way he performed. He underperformed his talent. He's a guy that he could blossom and grow up in the NFL, under NFL coaching. He could turn into something. I wouldn't be surprised. It didn't surprise me, for example, Eli Ricks had a heck of a lot more talent than DeMarco Helms, but was uncoachable. Helms was coachable. He just didn't perform to the level of his talent. I would not be surprised if he turned into a very productive NFL player.
Well, that's something that me and Mike talked about immediately when I said, hey, what about your guy? And look, this is one thing I have to say about Arthur Smith is I don't know if there's a coach. Well, I don't want to say he isn't, but he is one of the best in the NFL at finding guys and identifying guys at what they do well and putting them in positions to do that and succeed. Now, I know he's the offensive coordinator and the head coach, and Ryan Nielsen is going to be in charge of the defense. But that's one of the things that I saw with Ryan Nielsen when he came over, we were looking at the things he did. And you look at a guy like Caden Ellis, who came from New Orleans as a linebacker who had basically 1 year where he popped, and that was the year that Ryan Nielsen was in charge half in charge of the defense in New Orleans, where they were a co-defensive coordinator. And then Ellis popped for 7 sacks, and he was using Ellis to the best of his ability. A lot of that stuff came from A-gap and B-gap blitzes. And if you go back and watch New Orleans, Thom, you said it's coachable. And if Helms is coachable, Nielsen's going to put him in the position to succeed. And as long as you're coachable, that's what I noticed about the New Orleans defense when you go back and watch them. And me and Mike sat and watched a little bit, mainly Mike. But I tried to piggyback off of it and say, what'd you see here, what'd you see there? And you saw New Orleans play.
Oh, it's coming right at us. What are you running away from the ball for? They did a 3-run homer right into us. And And my program director ran away from the ball. You could have caught that ball. Why did you run away from the ball? Oh, my God, I can't believe he ran away. I got to rip his man card. Oh, my goodness gracious. Literally 2 people down from me. 2 people down from me is my program director, Bo, and the ball came right at him, and he ran out of the way of the ball. I can't believe it. We had a home run hit right to us while we were on the air with you.
I don't know if your program director's going to be putting Thom out, Thom.
I can't believe it.
He's the one that set up
literally, he had to move or was going to hit him. If he didn't move, the ball would hit him.
Right in the chest.
Why did you catch that ball? Got an Atlanta Braves hat on, too. He could have taken the hat off and caught it in his hat. Oh, goodness gracious almighty.
Are they down 1?
Down 1, 7-6
Now
with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Jeez. All right. I don't even know what we were talking about, Bo, but the show's almost over. Listen, I appreciate you. Say hello. Say hello to Mike for me and bust his stones a little bit. Tell him that you got on the show before he got on the show. And we'll look forward to reaching out for you for more stuff. I'll look you up when we come over there in August.
Absolutely, Thom. I appreciate it. I'm very, very disappointed in your program director.
I am too. I am absolutely. I am absolutely. And he worked over there in Atlanta. I think he was born over there. He's an Atlanta guy, and he's born over there. He's a Braves fan. He's a Falcons fan. Gosh, I can't believe he ran away from the ball. I don't think he catch that ball just like that. Here comes it's a foul ball. All right, Bo. I appreciate you, man.
No, thanks, guys. And you know what? I'm sorry that you have to work with someone that runs foul balls.
I can believe it. Thanks, man.
Guys.
Oh, God. Bandy, man, mark that down.
Yeah.
We have got to have that cut from now until ever.
Yeah.
Okay? A home run hit right at us in the bottom of the 9th. It was an oppo, too. Did you see how it was curving?
Yeah.
It was an oppo hit right to us. And I was sitting here, I'm in my chair, and I can't move because I'm in my chair. And
I got up to get ready.
And then I looked away, it's curving. And I'm bold to stand there, and it's coming right at him. And he moved like it was a hand grenade.
That thing was a liner.
It was a shot.
That was a liner.
It was
right
a shot, but I mean, you take that shot. You take that shot right in the chest. You take that shot. Did you see it, Cal? Did you see him run?
I was trying to grab it like this, and I just.
Molden should have caught that ball. Oh, God. Oh,
I got up to get ready, and it still went right there.
Oh, I got to get a break in here. Is the game over? Oh, the game just ended.
Yep.
All right, the game's over. Smokies won 7-6. Oh, God. All right, we'll come back. We're going to put Molten on the horn here with us. When we come back, we'll wrap it up next on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Check out VSiN's catalog of original podcasts, daily and weekly programming to keep you in the know when you're on the go. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Stanley Cup playoffs. Oilers and Golden Knights, Game 1 tonight. Edmonton -115 on the money line. Vegas -105. On the puck line, the Oilers +210. The Golden Knights -250. Game 1 between the Hurricanes and the Devils in Raleigh tonight. On the puck line, Carolina +230. They're -120 on the money line. The Devils are even on the money line, -270 on the puck line. Edmonton's the favorite to win the Stanley Cup at +400. Toronto now +500. The Devils +600. The Hurricanes +650 along with the Golden Knights. The Panthers +700. The Stars +750. Get the latest lines and more at vsin.com.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
Two Maids and a Mop. That's all you need to know to clean house. Two Maids and a Mop is an award-winning company, bonded and insured. Hire them for yourself, or they have gift cards if you want to make someone else's day. Find out more online at twomaidshuntsville.com. A maid service worth talking about. Two Maids and a Mop take care of everything. They supply all the cleaning equipment needed. Call 256-883-6243. The only finger you'll need to lift is the one to call them.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
For 50 years, our mission, do the right thing and make long-term decisions. We value our customers, and we invest in supporting you. We use our own technologies to automate, to provide you the best support possible. And we have the strongest guarantees in the industry. I just can't tell you I'm going to provide you great support. I have to prove it to you with my actions.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have the state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So if you happen to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky this afternoon. Temperatures only climbing into the low and mid-60s. We're going to maintain the opportunity for scattered showers and thunderstorms through a good majority of the afternoon, even as we head into the evening. This pattern is going to continue across the Tennessee Valley as we head into your Thursday. A mostly cloudy to overcast sky, scattered showers and thunderstorms, though it is going to be a little bit warmer. Temperatures climbing into the upper 60s and lower 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now more of the Thom Abraham Show on your home for Crimson Tide Sports 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Roll Tide.
Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. The game is over. The Trash Pandas have lost by a score of 7-6 to the Tennessee Smokies on a beautiful day out here at Toyota Field. I want to, before we go any further, thank the folks here at the Trash Pandas hosting us, setting us up out here in the right field rock porch, the inline electric rock porch. But I got to say, we had a moment. We had what should be a viral moment. We were here 2 weeks ago for the day game. We're out here today.
Oh, that was a viral moment.
That was a viral moment. The last time we were here, the power went out 20 minutes into the show, and there was no power in the entire stadium for the entirety of the show. We had to leave, so that happened, and we got sound from that. And this time, all I've been saying is I'm out here. I forgot my glove, but I'm out here in right field. Again, I forgot my glove. Wind is blowing out, and we're in great position to get a foul ball, and I hope a foul ball comes that I can catch on air. We had Bo Morgan on from Atlanta, and he said if you guys get a foul ball or get a home run ball hit to you during the show, that would be like the most incredible piece of sports radio ever. This is a long-time, producer and so on. Bo Morgan, now a host at 92.9 The Game in Atlanta. And what happens? A ball gets hit right at us. I mean, right at us. And there's me, and there's Chad, and there's Steve.
Yeah. So I was sitting not in this chair, but further back.
Yeah.
And I saw the ball coming right at the chair.
Right at the chair.
Right at the chair. So I got up, and then I realized, no, the ball is following me,
curving right towards you.
Yeah. So
It would have been a
kick save and a beauty.
Like it was a hand grenade. You dodged it.
It was coming in hot.
That's okay. You catch that ball. You get a sore hand, and you got a story forever. Oh, God.
I prefer my 10 fingers all intact.
All right, thanks to Bandy Man back there for mixing. Thanks for Steve setting us up out here. Thanks to Chad.
And not catching the ball.
Oh, Steve.
Not catching.
I have Steve's man card forever. It's the Tom Abraham Show. Coming up next, Paul Feinbaum on 97.7 ESPN.
I'll talk to you at 5.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking NBA news, the 76ers ready to welcome back star center Joel Embiid for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals tonight against the Celtics, 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. The NBA MVP plans to return tonight, barring a setback with his sprained knee. Phillies up 1-0. A second former Packers receiver landing with the Jets. ESPN's Adam Schefter's report.
We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com.
I'm with Ross from Southern Gent Landscaping. Now, Ross, lawn care is a key part of the landscaping business, but Southern Gent does just more than lawn care, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Here at Southern Gent Landscaping, we offer a variety of services to best satisfy our customers' needs, some of which include your typical landscape maintenance, your landscape installation, final grading, hardscaping, irrigation, AstroTurf, pretty much everything outside.
And let the people know where they can reach you.
You can reach us at 256-509-6088, and you can see some of our completed projects at Southern Gent Landscaping on Instagram.
That is Southern Gent Landscaping. Professional landscaping performed with satisfaction guaranteed.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry service.